Elections are in less than 2 weeks, Costa Mesa. We've talked a lot about council. Let's talk about water, school board. Let's get to it. Welcome to the Costa Mesa Pettis Perspective. My name is Jeff Pettis, and thanks for watching as usual. Hey, do us a favor, and if you're watching this video, click the little bell, not the bell icon, the bell icon if you want notifications for when videos post, but most importantly, the subscribe button. And also to help us get the word out for the folks that we're talking about in these videos, you can share it to your Facebook page and to the other Facebook groups. It's super helpful. So this is the third installment of Election Edition 2022 Costa Mesa. And we have talked a lot about council, which we will do more of that when we get nearer, pretty near. But tonight I want to talk about water and I want to talk about school board because I have not talked much about either one of those, and it's important. All of our local elected officials are important and all the spots are important. So I want to make sure and get the word out for everybody that's running that I happen to endorse. I'm going to depart just for one candidate, depart from actual local election here in Costa Mesa. He is local, but it is Mr. Jim Fissler. He has been around for a long time. I know him really well. He's heavily involved in the city and in many different activities. As a lot of you know, he currently represents Division 2 for Mesa Water District. And forgive me on the notes here, I want to be accurate. He was appointed to Mesa's Water Board in 2009, elected in 2010, re-elected in 2012, 16, and 2020. So I know for sure, like I said, I've been at many engagements with him, listened to him speak, and I know that he's passionate about water and all things water related in the city of Costa Mesa. And now he wants to take that knowledge and skill and education to the county level. So he's running for OC Water District at the Orange County level. And he was also, importantly too, when we're looking at candidates, sometimes we get new candidates. Sometimes we get people that have been around for a long time. He also serves, I didn't know this, by the way, he was a previous vice chair of the Costa Mesa's Planning Commission. He also City Parks and Recreation Commissioner. So he has a lot of knowledge that he can bring to the water industry at the county level. And I encourage you emphatically to vote for Jim Fissler for Orange County Water District. And along the same lines, another man that I've gotten to know some and listened to him speak and been to a lot of engagements with him, Dwayne. He is running for re-election Division 5 for Mesa Water District. Excuse me. He is a quality man, quality family man, very well spoken, very educated, very serious about Mesa Water District, and very involved. He was appointed to the board of directors of the Mesa Water District in 2005 and elected in 2006. Re-elected in 2010, 2014, 2018, and 2020. Dwayne, he's the director. He's currently serves as Mesa Water's board president and represents Division 5. I already mentioned that. He was previously served as president in 2009 and 2010, 2014 through 2016, 2018, and again in 2020. And I'm going to read one of his quotes because I happen to like it. It says, President Dwayne recognizes that clean, affordable water is fundamental to our civil liberties and key to our community's economic development. Important. He is working to increase local and regional water supply and reliability, preserve water rights, and promote fiscal responsibility and transparency in government. And I like all of that. I think, and I've spoken about this many times related to our current council and the importance of transparency in government. We're seeing a lot of that in this Measure K stuff going back and forth. But I believe Sean holds dear to the commitment of transparency, and I believe he's in it for the right reasons. And I encourage you to vote for him, Division 5, Mesa Water District. Now, on to school board. I talked briefly about these two folks in a previous video, but I don't feel like I gave it enough justice, and one of them I know really well, and one of them I've gotten to know a lot better in recent weeks. So Kristin Seaburn, she's up for Newport Mesa School Board Trustee Area 7. Now, sometimes when I say trustee areas, people that don't know what I'm talking about. So she's the west side. The elementary schools that she would be overseeing as a board member would be Pomona, Rhea, Victoria, Whittier, and Wilson. Again, it's Pomona Elementary School, Rhea Elementary, Victoria Elementary, Whittier Elementary, and Wilson Elementary. She has an 8-year career with the county at the executive level, working with elected department heads. She's endorsed by the Orange County Republican Party, Lincoln Club. She has no union backing from the teachers' unions. And medical freedom and parent choice, meaning charter schools, school choice, are a big part of her platform. I really like Kristin, and I've had many conversations with her lately because I'm a big believer that people that are running for especially local office, are they doing it for the right reasons? And to me, the right reason is duty to serve. And I that comes through loud and clear when I speak to her about the issues. Now, especially right now in the current climate in the school, you guys have all seen the recent news. I mean, since COVID and all the lockdowns, national scores across all measures for our kids have dipped dramatically to levels that it'll be tough to even get back. So what we want to do is elect people that are not going to repeat the mistakes made by those that went before us. And also, in recent news, you also know that the CDC has put forward their recommendation that kids as young as 6 years old can get the COVID vax. And what that does is it's not necessarily mandating from the CDC. They can't really do that to local governments, but a lot of the local governments use CDC recommendations to put their vaccination schedules forward for kids. Right now, what is it? Polio, MMR, varicella, some of the other big ones that have data, decades of data behind them, and have proven to eradicate some of the most serious diseases of our children. COVID now could be taken and put on vaccine schedules for our kids in our schools, and there is no data that COVID vaccination is injury-free for kids. We don't know. It hasn't been long enough. We also have learned that it doesn't do anything to prevent transmission. So in kids, at elementary school kids up through junior high, starting maybe in high school, not so much, but young kids are not at risk. And I truly believe, in being in the healthcare profession, that the risks of vaccine injury are greater than the benefits that would be provided for kids that young. They simply don't get seriously ill from COVID. So I think that climate that we're in right now tells me that we need people at the school board level especially that are there and they're going to protect our children, that are going to look out for the basics of reading, writing, math, science, history, and also to protect our kids from the mistakes that were made during the COVID time frame. Her competitor concerns me a lot. Her competitor I've talked about before. Her name is Ashley Anderson, the incumbent actually for Trustee Area 7. I'm sure she's a very nice person. I had somebody yell at me on one of the groups that she's a really nice person. I like her. I get that. But I'm not talking about personalities right now. I'm talking about action, and I'm talking about what I've seen and what this person's voted on and what this person believes in. To me, this woman is not somebody that I think should be on school board. The unions, the teacher unions were some of the biggest forces to be reckoned with when it came down to the COVID mandates, locking the schools down, having the kids out for as long as they were, all the remote learning that was a disaster. A lot of that was teacher union driven. In August of this year, August 24th, Ashley Anderson got $12,000 from the Newport Mesa Foundation of Teachers. And that's a major local California union. She also, on September 21st, received nearly $2,000 from the California Federation of Teachers Union. So that's, do quick math on that, that's $14,000 donated to her campaign this cycle from the teachers unions. So to me, that tells me she's bought and paid for by the unions and will do their biddings. We've talked about campaign contributions, especially at the local level. They're going to expect things in return for that kind of money. And also, I had mentioned in a previous video that she has signed a letter that went to Biden that I think there were 700 people, I want to think, different legislators that signed it. That was they were advocating defunding national law enforcement like ICE, open border policies. So a person with this kind of philosophy and this kind of backing from unions and this kind of outlook, to me, needs to be replaced. And I think Kristin Seaburn would be an excellent candidate to replace her. She has 2 sons. One of them's in Newport Mesa, and she's got lots of skin in the game, and I trust her fully to be on the board. Last but not least, my friend, Danielle Mills, not just a friend, but also an excellent candidate for school board, trustee area number 2. Now that includes elementary schools, Paularino Elementary School, Sonora Elementary School, College Park Elementary School. And then there's David Magnet School and Costa Mesa Middle and High School. So elementary schools, Paularino, Sonora, College Park, and then Davis Magnet and Costa Mesa High School. That is Danielle Mills, Area 2 trustee. And she is a extraordinarily quality individual. I've spent a lot of time with her. I know her family really well. And she is 100% running for school board because she cares, because she's interested in protecting our kids and their education. She is some of her, just real quick, some bullet points on her platform, school safety. I happen to believe that a resource officer at every school to be the frontline first layer of protection against any harm being directed toward our kids. A resource officer, in my opinion, armed resource officer. It doesn't say it on her platform, but I believe that she believes that too. Also, school choice. She believes that parents should be able to take their tax money that they pay in for public school and go to a charter school. School choice. Medical freedom. She believes in no mandates. She's not anti-vaccination necessarily. If you want to vaccinate your kids, go ahead. If you don't, you should have the choice not to do that. And getting back to the basics of curriculum: reading, writing, history, science, and math. And Danielle Mills, I know with 100% of my heart that she would be an excellent choice for school board trustee area 2. Those are the 4 candidates I will talk to. Do not worry, sanitary. I am not going to leave you out. We're going to cover those in the next video. But a quick recap: Orange County Water, Jim Fissler; Sean Dwayne, Division 5 Mesa Water; Kristin Seaburn, trustee area 7, school board; Danielle Mills, trustee area 2. Be kind to yourself. Be good to each other. Together we can get it done, and bye for now.